All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Whoa, there's a glare on my blue light glasses. This is Seth Green. I am here today with my good friend and partner, Jesse Krieger. And we are going to be bringing to you today is the first ever, dun, 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 we're calling it the Podcast Connections and Conversions Group. Now, I'm going to share with you real quick how this came about. We'll go over our agenda real quick, and then we shall dive right in. So for those of you who don't know, I am the founder of MarketDominationLLC.com. We're one of the fastest growing direct response marketing firms in the country. And we have been producing podcasts. We launched our podcasting division about 8 years ago. And I'll tell you the very short version. In case you don't know who I am, I have written 8 best-selling books. And I got my wife and daughter into the act. My wife has a best-selling book now. My daughter has some books, my children's books, and she's 11. Super excited about that. It's upside down. And I co-host the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin from Shark Tank. We were the number 6 show to listen to in 2019, according to NASDAQ. And I'm also the only person who's ever gotten 3 of these in a row. This is Dan Kennedy's Marketer of the Year nominee award. And I'm the only person, I believe, who's been nominated back to back to back. Now, you're not here to talk about me. You're here to talk about you. So we've been producing podcasts for many, many, many years, and using those to help our clients grow their business. And because we produce so many shows, and we now literally have a podcast network with millions and millions of downloads. We have national advertisers who pay us money to put their ads in front of all of our client shows. And we also have podcast booking agencies who pitch us their guests, their clients who want to get on our shows every single day. Now, Jesse and I, which obviously makes our job a lot easier if we have guests who are coming in wanting to be on our client shows and vice versa. So Jesse and I were having a conversation a couple of weeks ago, probably less than a month ago, and I came up with what I called the Rainbow Plan. And I'll tell you what the Rainbow Plan means in just a second. Let me share my iPad screen. And I shall share with you what my staff nicknamed is the Rainbow Plan. Why is it not working? Hang on. Channel of technology. 2 seconds. It's not. I'm trying to swipe down to get screen mirroring. There we go. It's always fun. All right, so, all right, the Rainbow Plan. You should be able to see my iPad now, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the Rainbow Plan. The Rainbow Plan started as, somebody's commenting, I can't see my chat box. I'll get to your question later. So I came up with the Rainbow Plan, and I said, here we are, market domination, and we're at the center. And we have PBA, podcast booking agencies, pitching us their clients to get on our shows. And then we get approached by publishing companies who want their authors to get on our podcast. And then we have other podcast production companies who want to do show swaps. And I started taking the model further in my conversation with Jesse. First, I said, let's get your authors on our shows. And hey, heck, I'm biased. Some of your authors should have their own shows. And then I started expanding the mind map out and realized that we're at the center of a whole lot of things. There's podcast production companies, there's podcast booking agencies, there's publishing companies, there's PR firms who want their clients to get more publicity, and easy publicity, easy wins. It's a heck of a lot easier to get your client on podcasts than it is on Good Morning America. Authors want to get on the shows. Marketing agencies, their clients want more exposure. Basically, if you're trying to grow your business and get exposure, this is kind of like the center of the giant hub of all of these people who want to get exposure. And I said to Jesse, I said, what if a rising tide will lift all boats? What if we put everybody together? what if we kind of facilitated this interaction between podcast hosts looking for guests, people who want to get on podcasts, authors who want to get on podcasts, entrepreneurs and business owners who want to get on podcasts, publishers who are looking for clients who want their book published, publishers who want their authors to get on shows, marketing agencies and PR firms who want their clients to get more exposure, more traffic, they get on more shows. And I said, what if we started doing an event where we put everybody together? And thus, the Podcasting Connections and Conversions group was born. So you are part of the inaugural very first meeting. Depending on how well this goes, we may have them every single month. We have them more often. We may have them less often. We haven't decided yet. Our agenda for today, I crafted this agenda because we had 154 people who registered to be here today. And I said, oh my goodness, that's amazing. If 154 people actually show up, and I've got to fit in 154 people, we're going to be doing like a minute at a time for everyone to have a chance to talk. So that meant I got 10 minutes to introduce you to the group. We would take 20 minutes of 1-minute pitches of you saying who you are and what you do. Then I want Jesse to talk for 10 minutes about this amazing platform he's built. We talk a little bit about how we're putting together a Facebook group for this so you can keep the conversation going. More pitches, break, more pitches, break, more pitches, some cool stuff that we're going to teach you, more pitches, break, and then a wrap up. Now, this is the only webinar. I've been doing webinars since technology existed, since GoToMeeting, since teleconference. It was a teleseminar back then. But this is the only webinar I've ever done where I said, oh my God, if everybody shows up, I'm going to run out of time. Normally, if it's a webinar where there's a sales pitch, I want more people to show up because I have better chance of getting you to hire my company, the bigger crowd we have. Here, I'm not selling you anything. I have nothing to pitch you. So I said, oh my God, if everybody shows up, we're gonna run out of time, and this event will need to have longer than 3 hours. So here we are. We do not have 154 people yet. So I'm gonna assume I'm gonna give everybody 2 minutes in the beginning. Let's do 2 minutes. We're gonna go in order that you RSVP. So whoever RSVP'd first gets to go first. At the moment, I'm gonna give each person 2 minutes. So we'll do 10 people, then Jesse will speak, then we'll do 10 more people, etc. We'll go through the agenda. And if it turns out that the 154 people don't show, then we'll go back around the room and we'll facilitate a longer conversation between everybody. Does that make sense? Okay. Can I get a yes in the chat box if that makes sense and if you're following me? So I know that you're paying attention. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Lots of yeses. Okay. So here is what we're going to do. I've got, and this is not to be mean, but this is just to keep us on track because I was worried 154 people were actually going to show up because we weren't selling anything today. Although you see human nature, we still don't have everybody here, despite the fact that there's no pitch and this is all content. Gotta love it. So we're going to do a 2-minute countdown timer for each person. When it goes off, I'm cutting you off and we're moving on to the next person. At the rate I see people joining us today, we'll have time for you to talk more than once. So first person up, let's see if you are here. Let's see, Brian Wright, you are here. All right, so I am going to allow you to talk. I'm going to unpin myself. What to do here? I will pin Brian. Oh, I guess I don't have to. All right, let's spotlight Brian I can't spotlight Brian without making you a co-host. All right. Okay. Brian, can you hear us?
I sure can.
Awesome. Do you want to turn on your video? Yes or no?
Yeah, but I don't see an option to do that.
I'm going to have to make you a panelist. So each time I'm going to make you a panelist and then I'm going to unmake you a panelist. So you're going to be right back as a panelist in 2 seconds. Oh, this is going to be fun if we go back and forth every single time. All right. So all right. So Brian.
Here I am. Oh, okay. Now I can. Oh, you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
I've got to, okay, so here's what we're going to do. You're the first guinea pig, so I'm going to make you a co-host and allow you to share your video. Otherwise, we're going to go back and forth every single time. All right.
Here I am.
All right, there is Brian. Brian, you have 2 minutes to introduce. You're going to say who you are, what you do, and if you have a podcast, who you're looking for, types of people you want on as guests. This is the same for everybody. If you are looking to get more exposure for your business, the types, what your business is about, so that people know, those of us who have shows like me will make notes and say, ooh, I want to book that person on my show. So You are first, Brian. So you are the guinea pig. Okay. Ready, set, go.
Okay, well, my name is Brian K. Wright. I host a live radio show called Success Profiles Radio. My 9-year anniversary is coming up in January, so I'm super happy about that. I interview world-class achievers and learn what they did, what they overcame, and the lessons that we can extract from their journey. Seth, you've been on my show a couple times, and we had a great time. I've gotten to interview people like Kevin Harrington, Sharon Lechter, Darren Hardy. Yesterday, I interviewed Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. That show's going to air next week.
My wife will be very
Graham,
excited.
Laurel Langemeyer, Chris Powell, just a whole bunch of really, really fantastic and amazing people. I also decided that I needed at one point to repurpose my material into other formats. And so Success Profiles Magazine was born. And Seth, you've contributed to that and you've been on the cover. And so it is an extension of the radio show brand, and people contribute articles every single month. It is a monthly digital magazine. I do print copies occasionally when I go to networking events. So I've got a few back copies sitting here, but certainly not back copies of every issue. But that's a monthly digital magazine, and Randy Gage is the cover this month, and that one should be done in a week or two. So I'm excited about that. I also ghostwrite books for people. So I help people get their message out to the world in a variety of ways. I coach people through writing the books. I also help people write their books for them. So I'm in that whole space of helping people get their message out to the world. And I'm sure my experience and expertise may overlap a few people on this call, and that's totally fine. Always looking to meet people. So if you know people that maybe need to have a book written, or if you know somebody who has experienced a really high level of success and want to get their message out to the world on my radio show, I'm totally open to that. I get pitched all the time. And so pitch me and be good. Don't just ask me, am I a good fit for your show? I don't know you yet. So pitch me. I'll read everything.
Awesome. You have 3, 2, 1. Perfect timing. That was 2 minutes, everybody.
I didn't think I was going to use it all. So awesome.
All right. So now I've got to not withdraw you as a co-host.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to go back to being an attendee.
It's been fun.
Yes, it's been fun.
Thanks,
okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to call out names because I'm going through my list, which is not the same as everyone who's here. So Jesse, can you see the list of everybody who's here, the attendees?
Yeah, I can.
Awesome. So I'm going to run through the list. If they are here, can you tell me? Okay. Raven Glover, are you here? No, she is not. The list of attendees is in alphabetical order. Okay, except my list is not because it's first come, first served. Sal Abbey, are you here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Miha Metlevsky, I apologize if I butcher your name. Miha is not here. Dory Eder. Dory, looks like you are here.
Dory is here.
All right, I'm going to make Dory a panelist and then a co-host. And we're going to let Dory come on. Make co-host. Okay, Dory, you can now share your video. You have to unmute yourself.
I can unmute.
All right, you have 2 minutes.
All right, so I'm here today to represent Think Like an App, and this is a thought leadership framework that we created a couple of years ago. We've delivered it to about a little less than 1,000 entrepreneurs in live events, mostly throughout 2019, and then some online events in 2020. The context is a framework for understanding what how the modern consumer is driving business. So it's primarily for what we call Main Street entrepreneurs, like the small businesses, the mom and pops, the people who frankly have a fear of the digital world, have a fear of understanding how to do those pieces. And we map in the concepts of authenticity, transparency, and immediacy with how you actually have been doing business for all of these years, and then empower you to move that into an online platform using a variety of different types of technology platforms that we're partners with.
Okay, so
I'm here today.
Yeah, do you want to be on shows? Do you have a
Great.
show?
Yeah, exactly. I'm here today because I would love to be able to. We have a really great content-rich sort of program. It's about 20 minutes long. We've, like I said, delivered it to over 1,000 people, primarily for, again, business owners and entrepreneurs, but they get a ton of value out of it, and it actually sets the framework for that. So I'd love to be able to be on some podcasts, done a ton of blog post writing and those types of things. So being a content partner for different folks. And again, I've done that for a handful of different customers over the last couple of years and would love to expand that.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so I didn't think about the fact that bloggers should be included in this as well. So yes, if you are a blogger or looking to be a guest, I could use some guest bloggers. Perfect. That would be awesome and perfect 2 minutes. All right, while you were also
Thanks,
talking.
Dory.
Thank you.
I went through the list of everybody. So our next person up should be David Cutler. David, I'm going to make
here.
you. Yes, I saw that. Dory. All right, David, you should now be able to share your video.
All right, look at that. It's all working. Technology.
Yes.
Well, I love early days of everything, my friend. This is awesome. Seth, we met years ago when you were young and you didn't give a damn. And now you do. So I'm really proud to say I've known you for years. But
thank you.
Very simply, I'm coming from a couple of different industries, technology and also the events industry. And those two are clashing because both are blowing up in different ways. Event industry is kind of figuring out their new normal, and the technology industry is completely filling that void with virtual meetings and technology and tools that we're getting better at this very second on this show. And what I do is help those companies that want to be able to tap into technologies for better events, whether they're now online or offline. So my name is David Cutler. David Cutler Network is what I am. I speak on a bunch of different podcasts. I'm going to name one or two right now, just because I'd like to invite anyone on this call or anyone in this community to participate. Can I share my screen? Is that something that?
Yes, you can do.
Quick?
Yes.
So how do I do that?
You click the share screen button.
Yeah. So it's just, can you see the funny faces?
Yes.
All right. I'm not going to show a lot of slides. My whole point is merely just to give the viewers an image and a URL, because onlyrelevant.online is one of the main places that we are inviting, let's call it a speakers bureau for the rest of us. All right. This is people who haven't been paid usually for speaking, but they're speakers nonetheless. They're instructors, pundits, journalists, people on this call. They're salespeople, they're consultants, right? They have a voice. The idea is to help
15
them
seconds.
Be more relevant by interacting with their audience and evolving their presentation and not ever thinking they have the answer. So it's very much exponential. So again, davidcutler.net is me, but what I want people to do is understand that onlyrelevant.online is a place for anyone to speak and get promoted and meet friends and get better at what they do and monetize what they're trying to do. So this is
awesome.
So you can just have,
Yep.
I'm David Cutler, onlyrelevant.online is the other place you're invited.
Awesome. You gotta stop sharing your.
I'm going to share it all day, my friend.
You are not, sir.
I've stopped sharing. Right? Is that okay?
You have not. I can still see your screen.
Stop sharing.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Okay. DavidCutler.net. Make money, monetize, and sustain the fun.
Okay. All right. So that reminds me. That brings up another point. Besides bloggers, if you are a speaker or if you are a speaker booking agency, that makes sense to be a part of this group. Next on our list is, let me see. I'm gonna butcher your name. I apologize. Hernan Sias. Looks like you are here. Sias, I'll pronounce it wrong. Make you a co-host. You can now share your video.
Boom.
There he is.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hernan Cias. You got it close enough. All right, Hernan Cias, host of the Business Bros podcast here in San Diego, California. What am I looking for? I don't know. We've done over 600 episodes, interviewed over 400 people. I'm always looking for some fun entrepreneurial guests. I want to know what your biggest struggle is. I want to know where you're coming from, and so that we can share those stories with other entrepreneurs who are looking to grow. As far as monetizing, I own an insurance agency with my other business bro, right? And so we're always looking for different strategic partners, especially here in California, for people, specifically lenders right now is what we're going after to effectively add insurance into your business. And we're using the podcasting platform to network with people as often as we possibly can.
That is awesome. And you have 1:15 left. What else you want to talk about?
Damn, really? Okay. Oh, I thought I was trying to be concise and to the point. So, ladies and gents, I mean, I hope you guys get a chance to check out our podcast. One of the things that I love to talk about is right now you're on Zoom. So if you've ever done StreamYard, if you've ever used a platform like StreamYard, I love to show you how we can elevate the quality of your video production show. So I wrote an ebook. You guys can have it for free, businessbros.biz/free pop, free power of podcasting. So I can show you how to take your live show to the next level, add intros, add outros, add little cut segments, whatever it is that you need to do. That's
if you could put that link in the chat, that would be awesome.
You got it.
By the way, there will be later on in the call. We'll do it in the first hour because I know there are people who are coming and going. There will be a link. We have created a Facebook group for this group for everybody to talk to each other and book on each other's shows and stuff like that. Thank you, Hernan. Next up, we have Dale Martin. Dale Martin, are you here? It looks like you are. Let's see. Let's get Dale on. Where'd you go, Dale? Dale, it says you're here. It shows you as a panelist, but I can't click on you and make you a co-host. Gotta love technology. Dale,
That's not good.
That's really, how did you sneak? It doesn't show you as a panelist. Okay, well, you're gonna talk anyway, Dale.
Okay. Well, can you hear me, Seth?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dale Martin. I'm with Western New York at Work, which is located right here in the Buffalo, New York area. After 10 years of doing a live business radio show on ESPN radio, I transitioned to doing a television show, and COVID-19 has put a damper on that. So I've since moved to, video podcasting. And my goal, what I would like to do is not only book individuals, speakers, business owners, professionals, leaders on my show, but I would also like to possibly be a featured guest on some of your platforms. My business platform that I talk about, companies, individuals that are making a difference here in the Western New York area. Seth Green is one of those examples, but I'm also looking at how I can improve my deliverables. And so I felt this platform would be a good place to start. I'm also looking to write a book, and that's going to happen through Seth at some point in time. But again, the purpose of today is to elevate my platform, start to meet more like-minded individuals like yourself, and continue to grow.
Awesome. You got 52 seconds left, Dale.
Oh, okay. That being said, I'm very excited about launching a program that I call BEST. BEST stands for Building Ethics in Students of Tomorrow. And that will consist of a young entrepreneurs show where, Seth, through your efforts, helping those young entrepreneurs produce their own podcast, become a blogger, put them in a space where they understand where this industry is going. And so I'm very excited about that. That's just one private example or a separate example of what Western New York at Work is all about. And I will include my contact information in the chat.
Awesome. Perfect timing. All right. That takes us to, all right, Dale, thank you. All right. Next up is Reverend Greg. Reverend Greg, let's make you a panelist. All right, now we're gonna make you a co-host. Now you can share your video.
Hi. There we
Hey,
go.
Reverend Greg.
Hi. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
You got 2 minutes.
Okay, my name is Reverend Greg Gurniak. I'm in Tecumseh, Ontario, Canada. So just across the river from Detroit, Michigan. I'm by trade, I'm trained in as a radiation therapist. So I was treating cancer patients for over 20 some odd years with radiation, and ran a school there. I then have since transitioned into doing more holistic care. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and a clinical and medical hypnotist. So with COVID, well, acupuncture went downhill quite quickly, and so did my in-person hypnosis business. So I also am a metaphysical minister and have just finished training as an end-of-life doula. So
Wow.
I can help people transition, just after
So
diagnosis.
are you looking
and,
for
and
exposure
beyond.
for your business? Do you want to get on podcasts? Do you have your own show?
I'm preparing to do my own show. I would like to get started in that. But I've also been a guest on other podcasts as well. So I'm happy to be a guest if anybody is interested.
Awesome.
By all means.
You have 30 seconds.
Gosh, I guess I can donate the 30 seconds back to someone else because I
Okay.
really don't know much else to say for now.
You sound like a very fascinating person.
Yeah, if I book you
Thanks.
on a show, what are you talking about? What are you going to share? What are your favorite things to discuss?
I love how well, I mean, I can talk about acupuncture or hypnosis, how well those particular things work for folks. And I'm happy to share anything about end of life as well, and preparation. Just making sure that everybody has all their I's dotted and T's crossed.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Hang on a second. We're moving. You're not moving. It's not letting me move you. There we go. All right. Next up, we have Shayna James. Shayna, are you here?
Okay.
All right. You should be able to share your video. There she is.
Hi. So I am Shayna James. I have a podcast called the Man Alive Podcast, and I highlight men and women actually who talk about love, relationship, sex, health, leadership. Really the point of it is to get men the resources they need in a way that they don't have to be as vulnerable, that they can, listen in their cars and while they're exercising and things like that. And I would love to be on shows. I know a lot of people here are doing business and things like that, but there's an overlap of what I work with men around love and leadership. And I often work with men who are struggling in their relationships, whether after divorce or a breakup. Sometimes men who are in a long-term marriage and the spark has faded, and then how all of that actually overlaps into the leadership realm and business and the successes that they want to have.
Awesome. You have 45 seconds left if you want it.
Are you looking for guests as well?
Yeah, I would love to have guests on my podcast who, work with men and support men. And yeah.
So a publisher might have male authors. A metaphysical reverend might have male parishioners. Yes, there are quite a few of us should probably be on your show. That would be awesome.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you, Shayna.
Thank you.
All right, click some buttons. All right, next up we have, let's see here, Matt. If I'm gonna pronounce this right, I apologize. Matt Dutoit. Hang on, let's make you a panelist. Let's move you over. All right, Matt, you should be able to unmute and share your camera.
All right, hello.
Awesome. Can you turn your camera on? Is that possible?
Yes, one moment here.
Awesome.
I believe so. We can certainly start without, if It typically takes a couple seconds to warm up for some reason.
Okay, why don't you, in the interest of your, why don't you just start?
All right, sounds good. This is Matt Dutoit. I am with, I own a firm called Wolfe, which is a financial advisor recruiting firm, primarily financial advisors. And we work with most of the largest financial services firms out there to help advisors attract the best and brightest in the business. And so if you look at the field of financial services, you've got probably 600,000 advisors out there, and they're getting, I don't know, 5 to 15 calls from recruiters on a daily basis. So finding that right fit is a challenge, absolutely a challenge, because you can easily be swayed by the money. They're offered big checks, they're offered quick transitions, obviously not always in the best interest of them or their families or their clients. And so we are there as a consultant and a free service to advisors. And because the firms are paying us in order to make that placement, make that match. And so we're there to help them actually, and we take them down the path of a number of tools and coaching and consulting avenues in order to help them get there and figure out what's best for them. Because
awesome. We've got 10 seconds left. Do you want, do you have a show, or do you want
to not have a show? We are actually looking at more exposure and been in this business for 20 plus years and worked with a number of firms. So looking at working with anybody that's got a podcast or somebody that's looking for good guests.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Next up is Jeff Brogger. I believe you are, yep, you are here. Okay, you should be able to share your camera.
Hello.
Hey, Jeff.
Thanks for having me on. So I am Marketing Domination's newest client. I'm excited to be here. I'm launching a podcast called Lockbox. It's a podcast providing real estate professionals with action items for success. And I'm interested in interviewing top real estate and mortgage brokers. Additionally, I'm interested in interviewing unique marketers that can help keep my listeners on the cutting edge of marketing and technology. And then, you know, my secondary goal would be to get booked for other real estate, entrepreneurial, marketing, technology podcasts and increase exposure that way. A few things. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was going to say, we certainly have a few of those on right now. So
definitely. And, you know, a reason for having me on would be to talk about my experience so far. You know, although I am 29, I got started in business very early. I was selling donuts in high school as an entrepreneur, and you know, I would get a dozen for $7 and sell them to my buddies for $1 and make $5 a day. And all of a sudden, you know, like just those little things. And I was top 1% at Cutco for like sales and sales management, serial entrepreneur right now with 3 real estate companies. And you know, I feel like I have a good amount to talk about in the marketing, technology, and sales space. So would love to be featured as well.
All right, that is awesome. Thank you very much, Jeff. Okay, next up we have one more, and then it's going to be Jesse's turn. Let's see here. Sharon Melnick. Hey, Sharon, are you here? Sharon, I think she's here. There she is. Let's make it so you can turn your camera on. Okay, you should be good to go to turn your camera on and unmute. There she is. Oh, you got to unmute.
I'm also one of Seth's newest clients and like damn proud to be here. So happy to have you in my corner. So I'm Dr. Sharon Melnick. I'm a business psychologist, and I operate at the intersection between women leaders and power. So I am about to launch a podcast, the Power Shift Podcast. This is going to help, especially women, but for men too, how to be in your power, how to get to a next level position of power, how to use your power for the good of all. This is what I do in my business, primarily focusing on women, helping talented women get promoted, helping senior women executives to be change agents within their organization. And in terms of guests on my podcast, I'm looking for anyone who is a change maker, someone who's broken through in their industry, especially a woman, but it doesn't have to be. I want guests on who help us understand how power works in society, how it works in organizations, how you can connect to your own power. I've been a guest on lots of podcasts along the way and want to be talking about this on your podcast. As a guest, I've been called riveting. As a speaker, I've spoken probably over 200 conferences around the world, including at the White House and the UN. Always, rated one of the top speakers, and I can speak there all things related to women and their success, from pigeonholed to promoted, success under stress, confidence when it counts, how to be in their power, use their power. This is very much of interest to women these days. So being a guest on your podcast, having you connect me with people who are change makers, or if you want to advance and retain women in your own company, because we know that when that's the case, you're going to grow your bottom line as well as your culture and engagement. Or if you are a woman executive or entrepreneur who wants to be in her power and be effective at using her power.
Awesome.
Let's connect.
All right. Thank you so much, Sharon. Now I'm going to turn the mic over to our co-host and my co-sponsor, Jesse. Jesse's going to talk about the innovative model he has built that attracted me and helped me come up with this idea in the first place. Jesse.
Awesome. Thanks, Sharon. And thank you, Seth. Yeah, I just came straight off of vacation, jumped on this call, and now back into work mode. So this is awesome. I'm really loving the people that are on the line right now and have a bunch of ideas swirling around in my mind. So if you don't know me, or if I didn't invite you here, I am the publisher of Lifestyle Entrepreneurs Press. We are the publisher for the passionate, and we partner with entrepreneurs, business owners, health and wellness experts, and spiritual leaders to be their publishing partner for the long term. But the long term starts with that book, that first book. I say the long term because in some cases we're into multi-year, multi-book publishing relationships with our authors. But before we get ahead of ourselves, the way that we work with our authors is through this crowdfunding approach to publishing, which I think is what caught Seth's eye.
Yeah, when he said, it's funny because we have talked internally among our own team about, hey, we should do Kickstarters for our clients to fund to fund this stuff. And when Jesse and I had a conversation, he said, oh, I built one for authors. I built a crowdfunding platform for books. And I said, oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. I don't have to do any of this. You obviously poured a fortune into building this and building it up. So tell us all about Publicizer.
Sure. In full disclosure, I didn't actually build Publicizer, but we've partnered with them for many years. And this year we've been operating this crowdfunding platform, which is a separate story, operating it separately as a platform for authors. But what we've done is build our own branded version, what you see here. And so these are campaigns. And let's go into one because I know Nikolai's on the line with us and he'll speak at some point here. So in this case, right, here's the view of a campaign page. You make a short video talking about the book, and then you've got ways that people can support and participate beyond just pre-ordering a book.
Yeah.
So for $250, for $550, for $1,000.
And of course, everybody can customize these. You can make up your own levels. You don't have to follow necessarily what Nikolai did.
Of course. So a big part of our support with our authors is crafting this campaign, helping you get clear on your book and the language that describes it to potential readers and to potential clients. And then also crafting what are the bundled offers that your clients, existing or the ones that you want to be working with, are really going to love. And so that usually takes the form of, as you can see here, some different examples of one-on-one coaching,
Yep, see, 8-week guided course, group coaching. So, I mean, this is not just quote unquote selling books, pre-ordering books. It's to the point where these folks that you're watching, some of these are coaches and thought leaders, are literally getting high ticket coaching and consulting clients from people who first saw them on the crowdfunding page for the book and said, ooh, I want more from this, and signed up for that $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, whatever dollar package.
Exactly. So and this is just so everybody can see, this is my main company. This is our site. This is our publishing company. Our crowdfunding platform and approach is our unique way to partner with authors and to be able to support the authors and business owners that we really want to be in business with without an out-of-pocket cost to them. So through the crowdfunding, we fund our publishing work together, which is a $10,000 nut to crack. But then we do a 70-30 split above that 10K. So if you've got a podcast, if you've got a network, if you've got clients, you can both have everything lined up with publishing support and put cash in your pocket while bringing in new clients that are coming in because you're working on your book and because you've invited them as such. And we really just help authors across the board and aspiring authors put together that perfect campaign for them. But ultimately, that campaign is just one step towards writing and publishing a great book and using it as a way to build your business with clients you love for the long term. So I could talk about that all day, but let me see where you might want to,
Yes, Brian says, I have a friend who used Publicizer recently and had a good experience. Awesome, we're glad to hear that. Jesse, if you could talk a little bit about some example. So first of all, everybody here who has a podcast should look through Jesse's catalog of authors and say, hey, I'd like to interview those 7 people on my show. And that's an instant win for you as a host and an instant win for Jesse's clients as authors to get on your show. And then the other thing, the thing I'd like you to talk about is just give an example of a case study of some, that you helped recently where you can say, hey, this Publicizer campaign did way more than the 10,000. It did, hey, this thing did 50,000 and generated business beyond that type of thing. Just kind of like the magic that happens is so important.
Absolutely. So yeah, kind of a multi-pronged approach here, but I'm just showing you some of one of my.
So you want to be superintendent. Can you click on that one?
Oh, so you want to be a superintendent? Where is that one?
Right there. Up, right there.
There you go.
Just because our school district it was on CNN for some mismanagement, allegedly, of the Corona crisis.
I mean, this might be your next best guest, Seth.
That's awesome. I mean, no, it's not. It's so funny. I wanted to go interview everybody who was involved in the scandal and write an expose book about it. But A, I don't have the time, and B, it wouldn't make me any money. I just wanted to selfishly know what really happened. But it might be better for me just to buy the book and send it to the people who were involved and say, here's a copy.
100%. It's always interesting to me, like which books people pluck out and which book titles resonate with people based on whatever's relevant in their life. So we've got authors and publish on topics that would probably be great fits and great guests for a bunch of your shows.
Yeah, I see a few right off the bat. And the funny thing is, look how niched you can get. Like, so Shayna, you should talk to the Unleash Your Sexual Superpower guy. But I'm looking at Live Healthy with Hashimoto's disease. Forgive my ignorance. I don't even know what that is or how widespread it is. But the fact that it could fund a book and probably supplements in a coaching program and personal consultations in a medical practice or a coaching practice shows you, yep, it's an autoimmune disorder. This shows you just how niche you can get and how well a target market might not support a television show or a radio show.
When it comes to publishing,
it can totally support a book and a podcast and build a very nice business that theoretically the majority of the population would never have heard of, but they don't need to because all she has to do is become mini famous to the Hashimoto niche. Ooh, The Apprentice Billionaire's Guide to Leads from Brad Sugar should be on Jeff Brogger's show. Sorry, I can't help myself. I'm matchmaking.
No, Just showing some love to a few of our books and authors here.
Yes.
Yeah, you get the idea for kind of what we're into and what we're all about from a publishing perspective in terms of, let me pull back up these campaigns here. And so one, if anybody's interested in pursuing this crowdfunding to publishing approach, I'm linking you to where you can submit your idea. It just takes a couple seconds. And then we help you build out a campaign. Like here's a live one that's running right now. Anthony Trucks, former NFL athlete, American Ninja Warrior, is a keynote speaker. Great guy, right? And so we crafted around his book, Identity Shift, an Identity Shift Masterclass.
Yeah.
Right? And then a Makeshift Happen is his members program. So like getting a year access. And then you can do a full audit and a one-on-one with him. And even that is just an entry point into working with him in a more long-term way, right? So we position this campaign with where your business is at, where you want to take it, and using the book as the hook to bring people in and make it an event. And that just becomes the first phase of the ultimate publishing relationship. Beyond writing, the editing, design, marketing, international distribution, you name it, we do all of that.
I know Nikolai is here. He's commenting, Nikolai, I'm going to make you a panelist. And you can do your pitch to be on shows. And you can also talk about your Publicizer experience because you have a kind of a unique deal.
Yep. What's up, everyone? Yeah, so I kind of connected to Jesse around 1 year ago. It's been fucking epic. Sorry for my language. It's been epic. The book is called Gangsters and Gurus, right? It's been an epic experience. It really like lifted everything to the next level of, you could say, publicity. I was contacted by TV guys from Denmark. We just launched like a huge 10 episode series based around both my own life experience of coming out of crime and going into China. I was staying in a monastery for like 3 years in the mountains with a Chinese master, and went to India and studied with some of the most renowned gurus and all of these kind of people. So yeah, I mean, it's epic and it's amazing. And I guess why I came on today was just to get in contact with people, like-minded people who are on the same kind of mission and vision.
Yeah, that is a awesome cover. We see the comments and a great message. And I'm sure a lot of our podcast hosts could have you as an awesome guest. And I love that the Publicizer turned into a TV deal. Past performance is no guarantee of future success. We're insert standard legal disclaimers here. We're not saying that's going to happen to all of you. However, it's just an example of something that is potentially possible when your message catches fire. So we've got 11 minutes before we're due for a break. So we're going to go to a couple more people. Nikolai, thank you so much.
Thanks, Nikolai. Be active in the chat. We'll get you booked on some shows.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. All right, let's grab a couple people here. Let's see. Mark Kashke, are you here?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's giving me the same stupid error where it's not showing me that I can make your camera available. I'm sorry.
No worries.
All right, Mark, tell everybody about yourself.
Well, I am here in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska, a lifelong entrepreneur, angel investor, and recovering politician. Here a while back, started looking to write a book, and that is when I discovered I was a perfectionist. Did not realize it because don't really dress that well, overweight. My desk is a disaster, but didn't realize that perfection could present in different ways, whether it was holding off on doing a new deal or not feeling you were good enough. Even though I had, got my start selling sweet corn on the corner and then later turned 25,000 into 50 million only to lose it all. So now I'm launching a podcast called Pursuing Perfect, where we can explore issues that hold people back personally, and in particular, entrepreneurs.
Awesome. And then, so you want entrepreneurs to be on your show?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. And then would you also like to get booked on other people's shows as well?
Would love to.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Mark. Okay. Now, hang on. Oh, I can't. Okay. So now in order, before we take our break, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the URL to our Facebook group. It is now in the chat. And it looks like this. Go click on that URL. It's the only outside URL you're allowed to open during today's session. Go join the group. We've got 84 folks in so far. That way you'll be able to continue the conversation. You'll also be able to message the 84 other people who are already in. You'll be able to talk to each other, get yourself booked on shows, get guests for your shows. We're also going to put additional live video content into that group every single week and every single month to add more value to help you grow your business with your podcast, with your book, with whatever it is that you're looking to do. At this point, we're going to stay on the Zoom. I'm going to mute myself. We're going to take a 5-minute break to give you time to run to the bathroom, get a glass of water, do whatever else you need to do. Actually, it'll be a 7-minute break, and we'll be back here to continue our next round at 3 p.m. Eastern. So you've got 7 minutes.
See you soon.
All right, we're going to start 2 more minutes. Hey, give me a comment in the chat box. Let me know how you're enjoying this so far. All those people who registered didn't show up, they missed out. Awesome. Thank you for your efforts. Good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I wish I could type faster. Awesome. 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 All right. Glad we're going in the right direction. Let me get the timer back up. All right. Case, great idea. Great idea. Awesome. All right. Tom Matson, are you here? Or make co-host. All right, Tom, you should be able to share your video. Tom, are you there?
Might still be on break, huh?
He might. We'll give Tom another 2 seconds. All right, just so you're aware, Andy Splichal, however you pronounce that, I apologize. We'll have Andy. We'll have Andy go. Tom can go after Andy. All right, Andy, make you a co-host. All right, Andy, it's your turn.
Hey, thanks for having me. My name's Andy Spleichel. I am the owner and founder of True Online Presence. We are a boutique search marketing company specializing in e-commerce companies. I'm the author of the Make Each Click Count book series. I have a couple books. This book was the first one. This is the second one. I have a third book that I'm going to be coming out with early next year. When I was promoting the second book, I was on a podcast and I got all of these people who contacted me and I said, wow, I need one of these. And so last year I launched the Make Each Click Count podcast. Went real well. I did 26 episodes, season 1. About half of them are with me, half of them are with guests. I had some great guests, Michael Levine, Steve Sims, so some really good people, but I've kind of gone through my personal Rolodex. And I joined this today looking for other ideas on having great guests, where to find them. And so far that has been fantastic. So yeah, I'm looking for guests to be on my podcast, as well as I could guest promoting my third book that'll be coming out here soon.
Who are you looking for to have on your show? What type of person?
My target market is e-commerce business owners. Now that's really where the audience is, but it's not just the technical stuff, because I do that, the marketing online. I'm looking for people who are more interesting than I am to give the podcast a little bit of flavor.
Awesome. We've got a number of clients on our e-commerce side who I will send your way as guests.
Fantastic.
All right. That's 2 minutes. Perfect timing. Awesome. All right. Tom, are you with us? Are you back? Tom is not with us. All right. I'm going to move you back to an attendee, Tom. Let me know when you get back. All right. You snooze, you lose. All right. Brian Zakansky. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. But let's make you able to share. Why does Zoom do this to me? Ah, there we go. Okay. Brian, you should be able to turn your video on.
Hey, what's up, Seth? Thanks for having me, and pretty close in the pronunciation. I'll give you that. Pretty good. So, hey, I'm Brian Zakansky. I'm a direct response copywriter. So I don't have my own show, but I love being on shows, especially in the business crowd, on how I can help, especially your audience, kind of connect the right words and stories to further grow their business. think the other way I can help is especially with those people that have podcasts and associated business with that. You know, you obviously have an email list, you have websites, you have other ways of marketing your business. You know, more than willing to have a conversation and kind of going through what you have right now, offering suggestions on how you can best reach your audience. What are those stories that you can tell to increase that relationship that you have with them right now, and then turn them into paying clients as you go along. So really great to, you know, in the people that I've talked so far, I think, you know, in every one of those, I can offer some suggestions and some help along the way. And again, I'd love to be on, you know, podcast shows to, you know, help out your audience as much as possible with what's working in the marketing space and how they can best get in front of the right people.
Awesome. As someone who writes copy myself, I always get fresh eyes on it because somebody else looks at it and they always come up with something I didn't think of. So I highly suggest you take Brian up on his offer. Brian, thank you so much.
Thanks, Seth.
All right. Next up, let's see. We have David Wolfe. Let's go get David. All right, David, you should be able to turn your camera on.
Hi there. Let me go ahead and throw everything on for you. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Good to be with you.
Good to have you.
So I guess the format is just tell you a little bit about Audivita Studios and my company. Is that?
Yes, yes. Who you are, what you do.
I'm new to your platform, so I just
all that good stuff.
So I'm a longtime music producer that wrote stuff for radio, TV, and film, originally out of Chicago, and over the years transformed into doing creative on demand for radio, television, film, commercials, and so forth, into creating this company, Audivita. At our core, we're an audio production company. We do some video because of the advent of in the direction that podcasting has taken, where we're taking sort of manning the controls for certain types of live events and then repackaging them for podcasts. But the two sides of our business to just know about, we're a podcast production and distribution company, and we also produce audiobooks. So we partner with publishers, micro publishers, author services companies and providers. For the whole audiobook side, we do a lot of work remotely recording authors who are their own voice brand. They're the voice of their brand in their market, connectivity to market. Sometimes they're a podcaster too. So we spend a lot of, we do a lot of projects where we are remotely recording our authors, and we do that worldwide using end-to-end recording technology. So we're getting high quality audio. We're not using Zoom or Skype. We're using something else, a platform called Squadcast, which some of the folks on this call are probably familiar with, that does the end-to-end recording. So, you know, we're a service provider for audio support to publishers and also podcasters and companies that are looking to do podcasters. So to do podcasts. So that's essentially us.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We are glad to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. All right. Okay, next up. Let's see here, Carlo Valentin or Valentine, however I'm screwing up the pronunciation of that. Where did Carlo go? There he is. All right, Carlo, you should be able to share video.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can't see you yet, though.
Okay. Let me see if I can kind of figure that out.
It's okay.
You see me now?
I cannot. You have to share your video.
Okay. Share.
Oh, now you muted yourself. All right, let's just go.
Okay. So I'm basically just starting out. I just recently built my website, really not complete with it, not finished with it. The website is easy to remember, is JesusDidItForMe.com, JesusDidItForMe.com. And basically the idea is to have people come on. They don't have to be anybody famous, just anybody that have experience, whatever it is, and they equate what they have gone through, whether it's sickness or anything that Jesus has done for them. I just like to have them come on and just share with the world
the testimony,
you know, what he's done for. Exactly. You know, and that's pretty much it. I did 2 podcasts. Like I said, I literally just started this month.
Congratulations.
I did. Thank you, sir. I did 2 podcasts. Pretty much it was just me, no guests. And, but I really want to do, was thinking in the line of doing an actual internet radio show. So like I said, I just started, so I'm still brainstorming and things of that nature. I would like to, I was wondering, does he have anyone that's done children's books? Because I would like to do a children's book based on the theme of the show, because the title of the website, Jesus Did It For Me, actually came from a song that I wrote when I was like 19. And I was thinking about it, and I would like to actually do a children's book based upon the song. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Very cool. I will let Jesse answer that one.
Yeah, we could look at it, or I know a few faith-based publishers that also handle children's that might be a more direct fit, but in either event, be happy.
Yeah, my daughter, my 11-year-old has 2. She has a Super Ella book, which is the story she wrote with, illustrations we had done. If you can see my screen. And then she wrote a board book, like the kind her younger sister would have read when she was younger, which is like heavy cardstock, so you can drool on it and it doesn't wreck it. I'm happy to share my experience with both of those. All right, next up, thank you, Carlo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next up we have Case Lane.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Okay.
You should now be able to share
I can
video.
see all the controls now.
Yep, there she is. All right.
Hi. So I'm Case Lane. I am a writer, a podcaster, and the founder of Ready Entrepreneur. And Ready Entrepreneur prepares aspiring entrepreneurs to take advantage of technology and global resources to start an online business and achieve their lifestyle freedom. So I also have the Ready Entrepreneur podcast. So I interview people about their entrepreneurial journey, specifically not the press release version, but what really happened, from the beginning, how you got your first client, how you started making money, all those things that people think are impossible for them to do because obviously entrepreneurs all have some special secret that they don't know about. So I really want to get those stories out there as people to learn about how, you can become an entrepreneur from pretty much anywhere. And for my last book, which is about getting started with an online business, I started podcasting, becoming a guest podcaster and guest podcasting. And that process was there weren't anything like this that was taking place. So it was hard to find podcasts. And so I developed an approach for podcast discovery, how to find, research, and contact podcasts for an interview. And now I am doing podcast shows about that as well. So I speak about aspiring entrepreneurs and how to start an online business. And I speak about guest podcasting. And I'm using my own approach to reach out to podcasts that talk about fiction novels to promote my fiction books as well.
That is awesome. I love that
you are awesome. Love the focus of your podcast there.
Yes, that you created something to work for you and now you're using it to help others do the same thing, which is exactly how I built all 3 companies. So I am with you 100%. Awesome. I know we'll have some guests for you.
Okay, great. Thank you. And thanks for doing this. This is great.
Oh, my pleasure. Oh, we disappeared. That's okay. Sherry Pham. I'm not sure if I've got that pronouncing that right or if it's just you didn't type the whole thing in there. Sherry Pham, can you see us, hear us? Can you turn your camera on and your mic on? Sherry Pham. Going once.
Going twice.
I'm sorry.
There she is.
I wasn't really paying attention. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted there for a second. What are you guys doing?
You're turning your camera on, introducing yourself. And if you have a show, talking about who you'd like to have as your guest. And if you want to get on shows for exposure for your business, you talk about what type of shows you want to get on.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just starting out. I have nothing. So I was just more or less listening just to see what you guys are all about.
Okay.
But thank you. Thank you for the time.
You are welcome. All right, Lance Essie Host, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, well, that's close enough.
I'm going to get that a lot today.
Lance.
What's up?
You on camera too?
Yeah, how do I
Hang on, that's on me. Hang on.
Oh, he's coming.
All right, Lance should now be able to share his camera.
Okay. Oh, so I got to go as host, right?
You are a co-host. There you go.
There we go. What's up, everybody? What's up, Jesse? So my name's Lance Isios. I have a podcast called The University of Adversity.
It's a good title.
Thank you. It's we're almost 300 episodes in. I would say, to sum up what it is, it's inspiring stories, inspirational stories of real life heroes. And it's either stories or somebody educating the audience on adversity pertaining to something in mind, body, spirit, vocation, or relationship. So I've had Kevin Harrington on the show, Jack Canfield, Grant Cardone, a bunch of awesome people, and just kind of unpack their story through conversation. And it's been incredible. So from what I've learned in the last 2 years and through my own crazy story from starting the podcast, it's time for me to get into the book, start to write a book. So once I met Jesse, I realized, all right, this is a perfect fit. So what I'm looking for is really just to get, I'm always looking for great guests, right, with inspiring information or inspiring stories or whatever they have. But I'm also looking, I'm going to be looking to get on shows as well, because I got a pretty insane story, as well as what I've learned from unpacking these brilliant minds over the last 2 years, that I feel that I could add a lot of value with. So that's pretty much my objective of joining this call. I'm not going to get into my business side of things too much, because I feel like I just want to focus in that area. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my elevator pitch for now.
Awesome.
You're the
Thank
man,
you so
Lance.
much for joining us.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Lance. Next up, Nikki C. Nikki C, are you here? All right. Nikki, can you turn your mic on and your camera on? Nikki, are you there?
Going once.
Going twice. All right. Next up would be Roy N. Roy N. Okay. Roy, can you hear and see us? Hello, Roy.
Make sure you're unmuted if you're trying to talk.
All right, we'll come back to Nikki and Roy. How about Shanti Yogini? I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hang on. There, Shanti.
Unmute.
Aha, there we go.
Start video.
Hi, Shanti.
Yes, hello.
Hello, tell us about you.
Yoga is a myth unless you practice it right. Right does not mean showing your acrobatic circus skills, bending and twisting arms, and doing fitness exercises. Right means stop misappropriation of this ancient yoga science, diluting it as mere physical practice and inauthentic yoga branding. Right means reclaim its authenticity as a science of how to live through revolutionary modern movement, namely 2 yoga minutes to happiness. Namaste. This is Shanti Yogini, International Yoga Master, yoga activist, healer, speaker, dancer, experiential storyteller, and #1 international bestseller of the book, Happiness, the Key to Success, 12 meditation steps to uncover your joy, healing, and success. I'm also, this is a lifestyle, life mastery columnist for an international multicultural global magazine called Cultures. Now, you may wonder.
You want to be a guest on shows, Shanti? Great to see you here. Do you want to be a guest or?
I want to be a guest on, I really fit into many shows because yoga it's a science of how to live. So it addresses physical, mental, intellectual, social, spiritual, all levels, how to live to your full potential in every area of your life. So anyone looking for any wellness or spiritual or relationship, or even how to do good in your own business, how to just tap into just 2 minutes at any time and get yourself completely to a state of inner balance and highest productivity and happiness. So that is what this is about, because the word yoga really means to join, to unite, to connect. So it's
Thank
about,
you, Shanti.
yeah.
When I was running live events, Shanti would do yoga coming back from breaks, and everybody loved it. So
that is
great to
awesome.
see you here.
Yes, everybody will connect. All right. Now, next up, let's see. Do we have Stephen Libis? Are you here?
Yeah, yes, I am here. And
awesome.
Let me get started. Okay. I'm looking to be a guest on a podcast under the pen name of Chrome Oxide. I write humorous science fiction and fantasy, although people accuse me of writing murder mysteries because I murder the English language and it's a mystery how I get published. When people ask me why I write what I do, I tell them my reality check bounced. I'm currently working on 3 novels. Up until now, I've always written short stories, but I'm currently working on 3 novels, a high fantasy, a low fantasy, and a no fantasy. I can talk about this as well as other things which I'm familiar with. I started my own computer consulting business, and I started my own portable recording studio.
Wow, okay. You got a lot going, there he is. You got a lot going on. Okay. Right.
Oh, and I must have a sense of humor because I laugh whenever I look in the mirror.
Good line. I'm going to steal that one. Awesome. Awesome. All right. All right. Next, Tom Matson, are you here? Did Tom ever come back? Tom disappeared on break. All right. Never mind. Okay, I think that is everybody who is here at this point. Did anybody send me a message?
Thorbjörg on here, if she's on the line.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Allow to talk. There we go. I hit the wrong button. Oh, and we didn't do Sue either. Sue, we'll get you in a second. Okay, Thorberg, you are now a co-host. You have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. Greetings from Copenhagen, Denmark, where there is a great lockdown this moment.
Okay, tell us about you.
I am I'm author. I have written about 7 books. It's all about health and nutrition, and I write mainly to and about women. I have done several shows, TV shows in Iceland, Denmark, and in England, UK. The latest one in UK, 2018, is about how to get younger, 10 years younger in 21 days. I am publishing a book with Jessie called 10 Years Younger in 10 Weeks. And that will be in January or February, if all goes well. Yeah, that's the book. Yes.
What a great
And I
title.
have been audio recording this book for the last 2 weeks for the first time in my life, and it's killing me, but I'm getting there.
I think you should talk to David Wolfe about that.
I know, I've been listening to all those fabulous people, and I would love to be on show and in podcasts. I have so much to talk about. I know basically everything there is to know about health and the body and how it works and the communication between the food you eat and the body and the cells, and how to reunite all your cells and just be very happy and healthy.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you.
Sylvia. Great to see you. She's famous in Iceland too, everybody. So
okay.
book her while you can.
Yeah, come to Iceland.
I don't think we can go anywhere right now.
Great to see you, Jess.
Thank you so much for joining us.
see you.
All right, Sue. I believe I missed Sue.
Okay, I've got my audio and camera.
Hang on, I'm coming. 2 seconds.
Start video. Unable to start
It's
video.
going to take, hang on, I'm making it. All right, now you can start your video. There you are.
There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Sue Wilhite, the Profit Attraction Master, and I help aspiring and inspired entrepreneurs to get over their mythical mindset and actually achieve the business that they want to achieve. I run a podcast called The Sweet Sound of Success, The Hero's Journey. The Hero's Journey for the Entrepreneur's Soul. And I am a podcast guest, and I've been told that I'm an awesome podcast guest. I have lots of experience. I've got a media page, SueWilhite.com. You can see all my other podcast experiences. This COVID has been awesome for my podcasting career.
Ironic.
Right.
But congrats.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's see. Did we miss anybody who is still with us? I'll give Nikki C, Roy, and Steve, Sue, Ricky, and Roy and Nikki, if you're still here, send me a message. And then we'll get you on. Now, obviously, we did not have all 154 people show up, so we did not need 3 hours. My thoughts would next time, we'll send you all an email about when we set up the next one. We'll have more people on next time. Make sure that you join the Facebook group so you can connect with everybody. Just, you know what, obviously, since we're going to wrap up early, Jesse, are you okay if I take just a couple minutes and interview you for 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's add some value. What are some of the most common mistakes you see entrepreneurs making when trying to grow their business with a book?
Yeah, I think one of the most common mistakes entrepreneurs, business owners who are pursuing an author career or writing a book is looking at it as a separate undertaking. Whereas I think the right view is looking at the book that you're going to put your time and energy and intention into creating to be a great read that can deliver, even if nobody hires you or does anything further with you. But in so doing, positions you to be your best business development tool. In other words, writing the book where if somebody reads it, they feel like they know you, they connect with you on a personal level, but that more importantly, they've learned something and they trust that you are the right person to help them achieve what they want, then that's the best positioning for your book. And that's for business-driven books. I think it's a little different for children's books and others, but specifically to the kind of books that we're publishing and working with entrepreneurs, then that's 100% the focus for sure.
Awesome. And what do you like best about what you do?
I love that I can work on creative projects all day with interesting people and that it's all part of the same business. My whole life and career, I've been interested in so many different things. It's taken me in different directions that were unrelated. I love that I can pour all my energy into supporting our authors, opening up more opportunities, market access, opportunities like this with you, Seth, just more ways to help our authors do more things. And that's really enjoyable.
Awesome. All right, everybody who is still on with us, if you have any questions for Jesse or me, type them in the chat box, or, and we can bring you on camera, or you can just answer them directly. Remember, go join the Facebook group, and we will. Let me ask you this: you obviously,
yeah. What should we say about this Facebook group too? I'm excited for all of these connections to continue, and for all of us to be able to follow up. I took pages of notes just from everybody that came on this call today. What are your thoughts for your next steps, Seth?
Yeah, I think get in the Facebook group. There's no cost. Get in the Facebook group there. We'll keep adding content, and we'll let you, that way you can connect to other people who are on this call, get booked on their shows, or get them booked on your shows, and communicate together. We'll keep adding value in that group. Also, that's where you'll be notified as well in terms of when we do the next one of these. We're going to find out how best to keep the group growing in 2021, how the process works, how the format works. So we want to make sure that you are in the group so that you see the notifications. I'm planning a summit in January. Might that?
You want me to, Andy asked a question about publishing. Do you want me to speak to that?
Oh yeah, please go right ahead.
So Andy asked, what's the biggest benefit from having a book published, working with a publisher versus self-publishing on Amazon? So it's a big topic, but yes, it comes down to this. With self-publishing, it's never been easier. Many of you on this call have self-published books. That's excellent. Working with a publisher is having not just a person, but a team that's invested in the long-term success of your book. Opens up market access, distribution, far beyond Amazon, into retail, libraries, academic channels, basically all the places where books are sold that aren't necessarily bookstores. But beyond that, working with a publisher, in the best case scenario, you've got someone that's invested in the success of your career, that is a partner, that can strategically advise you. And those are things that you kind of have to figure out on your own if you go the self-publishing route.
And if you do it on your own, you're most likely never going to get on the shelves at Barnes & Noble.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah. Along with all the other places that come massive exposure for your book and your business. Sue says she's doing a summit in January. Could she put a thread for that in the group? Yeah, absolutely. Because whether you're looking for summit speakers or whether you're looking for summit attendees, posting it in the group would be great. That way we can all benefit from it. I'm going to let you go early because, again, we didn't need all 3 hours to go through everybody. So what we'll do for next time is we'll plan the same amount of time. If we have so many people that we need the whole time for pitches and intros, we'll use it. If we don't, we'll have content prepared to teach you to fill that time slot. So next time we'll be on the entire time. We didn't know how many people were going to show today. We greatly appreciate your time. Jesse, thanks so much for doing this with me, and I can't wait for our rising tide to lift all the boats.
Love it. Thanks, Seth. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
And yes, you're going to pitch again every single time, Shanti. Not just once. You're going to pitch every single time.
I like it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.